धैर्या तत्तत्कर्म प्रवर्तना संगो त्यागात् सतो वृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसीद्यति उत्साह निश्चया धैर्या तत्तत्कर्म प्रवर्तना संगो त्यागात् सतो वृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसीद्यति उत्साह निश्चया धैर्या तत्तत्कर्म प्रवर्तना संगो त्यागात् सतो वृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसीद्यति
There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. First, being enthusiastic. Second, endeavoring with confidence. Third, being patient. Fourth, active principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. Fifth, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And sixth, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. Hare Krishna.
So you can read the 34th page.
Tell the paragraph. Like my book is different.
Okay. One should accept this opportunity to return.
One should accept this opportunity to return home back to Godhead very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in this particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, businessman, artist, or anyone else who wants success in this line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiasm means action, but action for who? The answer is that one should always act for Krishna. Krishna
Next page, 36 page. Endeavor executed.
Endeavor executed with diligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha or enthusiasm. A devotee finds the correct means by which everything can be replaced in the service of Lord. Therefore, Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagya uchyate. The execution of devotional service is not a matter of idle meditation, but practical action in the program of spiritual life. These activities must be executed with patience. One should not be impatient in Krishna consciousness. Indeed, this Krishna consciousness movement was started single-handedly, and in the beginning there was no response. But because we continued to execute our devotional activities with patience, people gradually began to understand the importance of this movement, and now they are eagerly participating. One should not be patient in discharging devotional service, but should take instruction from the spiritual master and execute them with patience, depending on the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The successful execution of Krishna consciousness activities requires both patience and confidence. A newly married girl naturally expects offspring from her husband, but she cannot expect to have them immediately after marriage. Of course, as soon as she is married, she can attempt to get a child, but she must surrender to her husband, confident that her child will develop and be born in due time. Similarly, in devotional service, surrender means that one has to become confident. The devotee thinks, Avasya Rakshite Krishna. Krishna will surely protect me and give me help for the successful execution of devotional service. This is called confidence.
Okay.
There, that chart no?
Yes.
The lower one.
like to revise any points from the last time?
Krishna consciousness is not, bhakti is not a noun, rather a,
So first of all, we summarized verse number 2. Just, what are the 6 principles that we should avoid? What are the 6 things that we should avoid? So, any principles that we learned last time? We discussed a little bit on Janasangha, Loyal,
like we should respect everybody, but we should open our heart to it.
We should avoid the association bhakti kami, mukti kami, siddhi kami.
Yes, Mukti Kami, Siddhi Kami.
Those ones devotees only, bhakti only.
Yes, yes. Very good.
Even another point that sadhu is kind of coconut tree. So like they take very less, like will pour water a little bit, but they will keep on giving.
They carry so much weight and they give tons of sweet water. That's the quality of the sadhu.
We saw the example of Renuka Sura,
Yes, yes.
and where the Pranab tree gave association to Renuka Sura.
Yeah, that Kara, that us. And similarly, in the association also, if we associate with Kala, the ruffians or ill-minded people, then not only they will destroy themselves, they will destroy us also. So we should be careful.
Association with the three qualifications of it.
Yes.
Sajati, Shringa, and Suddha.
Satavari. Satavari. Yes.
Yes,
Sajati Asmita. What is the meaning of that?
Sajati means like-minded person.
Like-minded persons.
Suddha means affectionate towards.
Affectionate to us. Yes.
And Suddha means advanced.
Advanced than us.
It
Yes.
is Swata.
Satavari. Satavari. Yes, very good.
We have
Anything?
to do like the litmus test and
Yes, yes.
so that we are influencing our intelligence and creativity to others.
Yes, 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 yes. So we should check whether our desires, our intelligence, or our faith getting upgraded or degraded. Whether they are getting enhanced, which is favorable to Krishna consciousness, or they are getting unfavorable to Krishna consciousness in that association. Okay? Because we have really put tons of effort, really watering the faith tree. But then somebody comes, right, and cuts that tree that we have built over the years and decades. It's very dangerous. So we should be careful to whom we associate with. And we discussed about Rajamila, yeah, maybe at that point of time to go to the forest and you saw something, but now it's all pervasive. How we should be careful. Yes.
So we should not have association with people who thinks they are proprietor, controller, and enjoyer.
Yes, yes, yes. The nature of the material world is that whatever Lord says, Taram Nitya Tapasam Sarva Lokam Aishwaram. We want to be the imitator of Krishna's qualities. We also want to be the enjoyer. We want to be the proprietor of the possessor. And we want to also be the controller. We also want to control people. We want to control others. Control the devotees. And that is a quality of the enemy of Krishna. Yes.
bad people, right? So that means if you associate with them, our desire, intelligent faith will be affected.
Yes, yes, yes. It's that it's more dangerous to associate with these objects is to really associate with the people who have that attachment.
Example, pro topic avoid and white as one topic.
Yes, yes, yes. So try to avoid as much as possible the crude topics, like the black topics. And then yes, we should be attached to the swan topics. Pure Krishna Katha. But if you're not able to avoid, let's say, an office environment and so on, then you kind of at least pick something which is not really against Krishna consciousness, which will not break out Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. The negative thing is the knowledge is different.
Yes, yes.
But we need to have
Sorry.
Krishna Bhakti that's
Yes, very good. So if we talk about the two names, one is really the fickle-mindedness, and the second is really, the greed for material things, more and more and more. So, but the positive meaning that we'll be discussing later on how Bhakti Sindhu and Prabhu Goswami talks about that only there is to be strong desire within to connect to Krishna, to serve Krishna's devotees. That is a positive aspect of it. Yes, very good. Any other thoughts? Yes, Guru. Karsan and Akarsan. Yes, what is this one?
Question is cultivation. After cultivation, then we have to. Then Akarsan without Krishna.
Yes, yes. Yes. So, first of all, as we started this verse 3, Prabhupada really talks about what is bhakti, how to do bhakti, why bhakti, and to whom to do bhakti, and so on. And then he really brings the analogy of bhakti as cultivation. Bhakti is cultivation. And just like once you do some cultivation, there are multiple activities are there. So we prepare the field, sow the seed, we water the seed, we fence the seed, and so on. Similarly, in our bhakti also, there are so many activities to be performed. And yes, it is very important that before we get attracted, akarsan, there has to be karsan. So yes, before we get attracted to the flute of Krishna, we should be willing to be plowed by Balram. Now, what does it mean? So first we have to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Make our heart fertile, and then we'll develop that nishtha, we'll develop that ruchi for Krishna, Nam, Rupa, Guna. So it's important to follow the rules and regulations, the prescriptions and proscription, the yama niyama given by the spiritual master. So we cannot just directly barge into the Lord's space and say that, okay, why I don't have the taste or why don't I have the ruchi, so that akarsan will come only when there is a karsan. So without being sufficiently purified by the instructions of the spiritual master, we are not eligible to receive. That's what we discussed today. Yeah. Anything else?
more we serve the expressor. So service is an engine and a vehicle.
Yes, yes. Now we'll discuss that important concept that bhakti, Prabhupada has defined as a devotional service. And look, each of these statements of Prabhupada, they are the golden statements. It's just not a mere, just a matter of mere sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. substance is practical activity. And so this bhakti is not that what I feel, you feel. It's not just some kind of a meditation, but this is really all about how it's a practical activity. We put our action, for the pleasure of Krishna. Prabhupada talks about engaging oneself in meaningful devotional activities. That's what the devotional service. So service is the vehicle and engine of devotion. What is a vehicle means? Vehicle means transfer from one place to another place. Similarly, the service really helps us really upgrading ourselves, from Shraddha to Prema. At the same time, the service also to perform devotion so that we can really progress. It's not just a platform, but also, it's the fuel. It's a fuel that really keeps us going. Yes. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other points from the last time? Bhakti Lata, yes, yes. So,
Restriction from the spiritual master.
yes, yes.
There should be a fertile land.
There has to be fertile land. Yes.
Fertile land.
Correct, correct.
Watering,
Watering has to be done.
chanting,
Correct, correct.
protecting devotees.
Devotees. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Bhakti should be based on the knowledge.
Yes, it should be based on the knowledge. It's not really like we talked about earlier as well, that it's not just some sentiment only. Like we discussed that Prabhupada told that girl who had come, "Oh, I'm seeing light while chanting." I said, chant more, the light will go away. We talked about Haridas Thakur, worshipped by that snake charmer, but then when the other person tried to imitate, he really taught him the lesson. So yes, so it's not that we just it's not just emotion; it's a purification of our emotions. So once we engage our emotions in serving the Lord to purify our emotion. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Dancing is not exhibition of bhakti, it should be expression.
Yes. Like if somebody is, let's say, um, you know, dancing or doing any kind of a devotional service, right? So it's not just to kind of, we want to show off that, oh, you see, how am I doing bhakti, right? In terms of, whatever form of devotional service that we might do, right? We want to do more, we want to higher. So it's not just it should not be an exhibition, but it should be expression. It's the heartfelt pouring emotions of a devotee towards the Lord. So what we will do today, once again, if it is okay, we'll just spend a couple of minutes in understanding what we really mean by the six principles: Ichha, Nishchaya, Dharya, Tattva, Karma, Pravartana, Sangha, Tyaga, Sattva. So the six principles which really help us in devotional service. And once again, going back to the same cultivation. Bhakti is cultivation. And this devotional service is compared to that cultivation. And this cultivation has so many activities. this devotional service has so many activities, and it starts with like just finding a right place and getting the right seed. That is called Nischaya. Right? And then to continue to water, right, with enthusiasm. So enthusiastically we pour the water regularly. That is the enthusiasm. And do you do it over a long period of time, understanding the laws of nature? That is patience. Right? So yes, we'll continue. Just I would really request all of you to please spend maybe 10 minutes. Okay. Just what is your understanding, especially from Prabhupada's purport and whatever you might have heard from Prabhupada's books? You can just share some thoughts on these 6 principles. So what does this mean and how we can really apply these principles in our life? Okay, so now we can start. Okay, with that.
With chapter and how we want it to be.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe
We can
2
divide
3
it.
devotees we can divide, and we can just take this. So maybe 2 here we can divide. So what does it mean? And then how we can really apply it in ourselves? And then preferably you can give some examples from scripture. From, So I think we have exactly 12 devotees now. So we can take 2 devotees, one on topic. So Mataji, from there we can start Uchar and Nischaya. Uchar. So Mataji, you can be, you two can do Uchar, and Mataji, you can do Nischaya. So you do Sangotyaga and Satopati. So Rakam, you do Sangotyaga and you do Satopati.
Once again,
Yeah, so Manjali Mataji usually go Chaha, and the Matajis they will do Nischaya, and you can do Thairya. And Mataji, you can do Tatat Karma Pravartana. So once again, what does it mean? How we can really apply it in ourselves? And you can just talk about examples. And the presentation limited to 5 minutes. Huh? So please don't stretch. Presentation. Preparation 10 minutes, presentation 5 minutes. Switch it on. That one.
Oh, Satal. Oh, yeah, you want strictly follow the place
You write first definition. All of the system of real matter. How to apply
What does it?
How you apply your
Vrutti means he is saying following food stuffs. Sato means Sataha means
I just told the following books about previous centuries always Acharyas, they are actually always Krishna.
so
One has to live in the company and execute the unit report is so yes, 6 crores of
this whole continuous activities. So, what do you want?
just like the
Please, sir,
always 24 hours Krishna.
this is what he explains. We actually follow all the Chaha,
Correct. They are actually role model.
they are good. So why we need to follow this?
They are a role model. They are always
Because they are following all the rules and regulations. They show the path to us. Following Chaha.
That one.
So he's confident, being patient, association of unwanted regulative principles, and the remaining in the association of elements. And it's true to advance information. And regardless of whether it's 100% or the cultivation of information across the information, the collection of influences from advancement of one has to become thoroughly well-versed in such fundamental activities and turn them into intelligent instrument. One has to progress such non-permitting intentions instead of yeah. So one of the problems here why the devotional service is a government intervention. Whatever the following of the questions of the Acharya is not for any yoga siddhi or jnana siddhi or karma siddhi. So the objective of following it is attain the transcendental life. To attain the pure consciousness. Here the next question was here we are saying follow these rules and regulations in association of it. And if my order is you, some yoga siddhi, medical professions. Basically, the devotional service will remove the contamination. But if you have a desire, if you like, if you understand it, your energy your heart and again putting trust is again, our desire has to be perfect. Again, what is the time for all? Is the time that we time of engagement with devotional service of the Lord is life and soul of the individual. It is the desire to go to the supreme perfection. Engagement of devotional service of the Lord is one has to become confident about this. One also has to be confident that all activities other than the devotional service, such as mental preparations, artistic endeavors, will never yield any benefits. Complete confidence in the path of devotional service no, the same thing, whatever considered as struggle is here is explained. Complete confidence in the path of devotional service will enable.
Especially here, Sadhavati means here, we have to we told what is Sadhavati, and we need to tell how to apply. So that
How to apply is just to follow footsteps of Acharyas.
That's what this definition is.
Only 2 minutes, please.
Following footsteps.
So we need to tell the definition of it. So
We can say read the. So we can say read their and follow it. Read and follow.
no, first before whatever proper.
So that's very practical. That is how to approach the book of history. We should have that conclusion now. So how we can approach it? So that is the practical. So I think that is somewhere we have.
book contains the author from a possible collaboration is able to identify design for it, but unless you follow other paths, you will be searching that must be
You need to approach spiritual master and you need to follow this right now.
Yes, bro. First of all, we should have a faith and the process. How to apply this? Before that, we should have first. We try to follow 9 process of devotion service. 9 process of devotion service. Where Prabhupada will be given instruction of chanting 16 hours, following 400 spells, and reading books and having beauty association. Means actually we are implementing this Satavriti Prabhupada is giving this instructions. Yes, just if you follow that, we will be following our Acharya. Devotion service to engage this Imagine you would fall down, then you are also what is the meaning of one country is being invested. Second, another what is the meaning of one country is being destroyed in the second so what are the response and devotion service all the devotion service is it is not affected by the there are certainly so much of care Mahatmanas to Mahatmanas this is another Mahatmanas to Mahatmanas भजन की आनंद से यहाँ पर हम होता है
Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, you can get started. Is it? Yeah, please come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Please. Yeah, Utsahat, we'll start. Yes.
So one of the principle is utsaha. So what it is? One should accept. Yeah,
Is it coming?
that should be
It's
there.
on.
It's all.
It's
One should accept the opportunity to return back to Godhead very enthusiastically. One can, without it, one cannot be successful. In the material world also, one needs to be very enthusiastic to be successful. So enthusiasm is required. Enthusiasm is actions. But actions for who? Actions for Krishna.
So Madhu just told us what is Utsaha. So how to apply it basically. So we see that how devotees always find means to use everything and everybody's talent in the service of Krishna. So even when we are doing devotional service, and what actually enthuses or brings others to the association of devotees is utilizing their talents in the service of Krishna. For example, if somebody likes to do decoration, we utilize that for Krishna. So then that person is enthusiastic because Krishna has given that particular talent to that person. So then they engage in devotional service with enthusiasm. And the execution of devotional service is not just a matter of idle meditation. And Prabhupada would also tell us there are two types of devotees, Bhajananandi and Mushtyanandi. Kind of, we thought that we can include this example. Prabhuji can correct us if it is not appropriate. So yes, one has to do one sadhana, but devotional service should not be just limited to that. Right? These people, so devotees who are only concerned about meditating, doing their sadhana well, they are Bhajananandi devotees. Whereas devotees who go out, preach, and engage in book distribution, and engage in other services that bring other souls towards Krishna consciousness, they are Goshtyanandi. And that is actually, you know, being enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. This is what we've understood. And we can, and what else is there? Yes. So also in even in the material life, it is seen that a businessman, a student, they have to work with enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, it'll die off. It'll just completely fade off, and they'll stop doing what they are doing. So devotional service, why not enthusiasm be present in devotional service? Otherwise, it's only a matter of time that it will stop and be again engaged in mundane activities. So enthusiasm is very important. So analogies, Mataji will say.
So dictaphone is one of the examples. Inventor invent this dictaphone like for the businessman by using all the five elements and the intelligence of the person. But we are using this dictaphone for the Krishna consciousness as well. Because in the Bhagavad Gita 9.5 mentioned, Matsthani Sarvantani, it's mentioned that everything is the Krishna's energy and should be used for Krishna's services. So this can be one of the analogies.
One more analogy can be the technical, expertise that people use, or even technology. Some can use it for creating mundane videos or watching reels on Instagram, etc. But devotees always utilize, say, we also have an Instagram portal for ISKCON 53, we have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook channel, so that can be utilized for Krishna's service and spread the enthusiasm in terms of different reels that you see little children making. So everything, Krishna says in 9.5 Bhagavad Gita, Matsthani Sarvabhumani. Everything can be utilized in Krishna's service, and that is how our enthusiasm can always be at the top, and we may not take them and go. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Anybody would like to add? You are not so enthusiastic in hearing. Say, yes,
Like the event which is done for Krishna
yes,
for
yes.
SAS.
Very good, very good. Yes.
So we should perform whatever activities we are performing, for example, chanting and all these things. We should not do for our own thing. We should enthusiastically perform to please Krishna.
Mm.
So that
Okay, very good. Any other things?
So, yes, bro. So initially, so definitely the transcendental things is ultimate one. As a unified, the initial stage was complete. Uh, Even we feel the skill what we have, if we engage in that, so we feel more enthusiastic. Instead of though our mentors are authority use some other different services, we always have some mentality to the activity which we like. Um, so here, what I understand, the enthusiastically engaging in the services what you like and also helping the mentors, whatever the tasks they assign. So this way, slowly, as soon as well, if you work more in the likes of which gives more enthusiasm and translate it to the serving the superiors.
Yes. It has to be in line with the superior's desire, the authority's desire. It's very good.
So whatever instruction Guru gives, so we should actually, even though we like or don't like, we should perform it with full execution.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, like, like it's a, like our system is kind of a pyramid structure. So like on the top level, always less people are there. So on the bottom, like we like on the bottom layer, I'm bringing the all neophyte devotees, like the devotees, like let's say we are doing Janmashtami where we are inviting new people. So if we will not show enthusiasm, then those people will not be attracted to the system. So like in that way.
Very,
It will set the right example.
very good, very good. Thank you. So, thank you very much. Yes.
So, yes, bro, enthusiasm is a very plays very big role if you want to do any seva. So, because in the devotional service, yes, if you properly do, we'll see some realizations and relation in terms of peacefulness. I mean, these are the byproducts of it. But sometimes some of the instructions we heard are will give trouble to our ego. So if you hear multiple times of no, 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 automatically the enthusiasm.
What are the kind of obstacles in consistently maintaining enthusiasm?
Correct. Though yes, it's actually what I observed. It, even though we are doing some mistakes, if our mentor says yes, yes, we feel so much of an energy and then we'll try to do. But as soon as if we hear no, then immediately things will change.
Yes, very
So
good.
how to handle it?
Very good. We'll discuss that. Like, what really helps us in increasing our enthusiasm. In other words, how a devotee should fan that spark, right? And so that the fire becomes so huge that all our anarthas gets destroyed. Otherwise, also the mentor should not, see the spark and put the water. So we should always to fan that spark. Very good.
One more point only. So this actually how we can learn this one, right, enthusiasm. So actually this book distribution is a great opportunity.
Yes.
See, actually, right, when we go, so we will actually ask so many people, they will say most of the people know all these things.
Yes.
So for example, initially at some point of time, the place where we chose, the saturation needs to be there. People, most of the people will not take anything. Actually, we can see our senior devotees, like how they are actually still nothing is going, how they are actually, they didn't lose their enthusiasm, we can learn from them.
Yes. Buddhism is a beautiful example where Mataji also talked about that once you say that the very morose says, then they will think that with a book and if you are so morose, then I take that book, I will be also so morose. Yes, we should distribute it with enthusiasm. Yes, it's smile. Yes, so let's kind of recap. What is the definition? And this is a very, very beautiful definition Prabhupada is given. This is the statement we should take by heart. What is the definition of enthusiasm? Excellent, thank you. Endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha. This is the golden statement. This is always you should remember. And each of the words, it has so deep meaning. First of all, enthusiasm means endeavor. Endeavor means there has to be action. It's not that I am so enthusiastic about it, but I just remain as I am. No? Enthusiastic means action. We have to show with our action that yes, I am enthusiastic. And there is I don't know, any of you know Vishnujan Maharaj? He was one of the prominent disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Like Vishnujan Maharaj, Amal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, they had started that Damodar Puttishtamasam, traveling Sankirtan party. Right? And Vishnujan Maharaj, just because of his kirtan, so many devotees have come to Krishna consciousness. So many devotees. Just the way he do his kirtan, so enthusiastically, so much from the heart, like very, very enthusiastic kirtan. And one devotee asked once Vishnujan Maharaj, Maharaj, how you have become so enthusiastic? So how you remain so enthusiastic, and how you bring so much enthusiasm? And then Maharaj, he said that yes, it's not that I'm always enthusiastic. Sometimes I act enthusiastic. Right? So yes, like even if we are not, right? It's also okay, right? To act enthusiastic. Like sometimes yes, we are not, feeling right mood to chant. Oh, I'm not so enthusiastic for book distribution, or I'm not so enthusiastic for this and that, right? So even in some cases, like some say, right, like if I start doing the actor of a Lord Ram, then I also behave like Lord Ram. At least for some time. Right? So similarly, at least yes, we are the representative of this glorious Hare Krishna movement. And now who is doing Acharya like Swarupa Goswamis and all our Sri Thakur, Prabhupada and so on, and all our Prabhupada's disciples. How enthusiastically they do. And once others see that I am a representative of this glorious movement, I should also present some spark within, right? And that has to be exhibited with my endeavor, with my action. It should not be just, as Mother said, it's not just a silent meditation. And second point is that it has to be executed with intelligence. Like, like there is a grand feast to be prepared for the, let's say, or Sunday feast, and you are enthusiastic. Oh yes, let's go and have a nice feast. But then I don't know how to burn the stove, also, how to start the stove also, right? So there has to be some competency as well, and there has to be some skills also, as you mentioned, like how we have to really leverage, dovetail all our skills, intelligence. It's not that once some of the people say that no, we are coming in bhakti means we have to surrender our intelligence. No, we have to dovetail our intelligence for the pleasure of Krishna. It's not that we switch off our intelligence. That's what Prabhupada says. Executed with intelligence. And Prabhupada says we have to tax our brain in such a way that we should preach this message of Krishna consciousness, to the right audience. We should connect to the audience. It's not that we just, just parrot, voice kind of just repeat it. Right? And see, the quality of a sukha, right? Like is a parrot. What is it? It repeats. But why, the most important priority is given to sukha in terms of not only in terms of repeating it, but another characteristics of a sukha is once a parrot, puts a beak into the fruit, it becomes sweeter. It becomes sweeter. So that's what exactly is expected. Not just only kind of a repeat, but make it sweeter. Share it with your real eyes and make it appealing to the audience that we are speaking to. That's what is important. Now, of course, we're not supposed to change the message, but make it appealing, right? So that they can digest it. It's not that, right? Like, we dilute the medicine, but you give the medicine in such a way that, like the way they, especially, the doctors, especially they give the vaccine to the kids. They do like this, and they put the injection, then they take it away, and the kid also they will not realize only. Right? That if you really scare the kids, then they will get scared and they will not take the vaccine only. And we have to kind of give them medicine that they will not realize, when they join the Krishna consciousness and now when they are the preachers. And that's the kind of the intelligence of the preacher is. Right? Not that, as you said, like, you continue to pour the water, oh, what are you doing? It's all nonsense. You must chant, system rounds today only, perform Ekadasi, kind of do 8 hours, just today only. Yes, we have to see what exactly he can digest at this point of time. What exactly is a chewing capacity and the digestive capacity, and accordingly you feed him or her. And otherwise, the indigestion, next day, okay, no, I'll not take this food at all. Makes sense? So yes, it has to be executed with intelligence, like whether we talk about Janmashtami or even a daily program, everything that we do, right? We have to use the intelligence. Lord has given us the intelligence. We have to use the intelligence in His service. And then, yes, it's not that excel with intelligence. It's also very important for whom we are doing it. For Krishna. That's why it is said, Krishna Artha Akhila Jesta. It has to be done for the pleasure of Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, this Utsaha meaning Jivana Yatra Nirvaha ko Bhaktira Anusiddhana. So he's saying that the Utsaha should be there, the enthusiasm should be there to properly execute the journey in one's life, to take care of, to do the needful in one's life, and also to execute the devotional service. And especially to keep it simple, Utsaha means to perform this Navavida Bhakti or to the limbs of Bhakti, for the pleasure of Krishna.
Intelligence is not there, it's not called Utsaha. When you see the book distribution, everyone have got the same Spanish, right? They don't know the tactics of selling it, but they put their endeavor. Their intelligence is not active.
Yes, this Mataji. So if you don't have it, you should learn. Like especially Vaisesika Prabhu and so many devotees, they have given so many, principles, like how to do it and how to kind of keep a positive impression. Because otherwise, you might do very enthusiastically, but then you might create a very wrong, impression, right, on the whoever we come across. So yes, if you don't have it, you should learn. So that's why we should really, learn the definition as given by Prabhupada as it is, and we should really try to apply it. And or if somebody is new coming to for book distribution, we should at least tell them basics that yes, somehow you create a positive impression in whoever you meet, not just kind of a push so that he will repel and he will kind of stay away from us, for the rest of his lifetime. At least give Krishna so that he feels happy, because that's what he is really lacking. You pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, somehow make me an instrument in bringing him closer to you. Yes, there's some methods and there's some mood, that we need to really learn and also we need to share. And as a leader, this is our responsibility that whoever members who are going with us, how we can impact the right method and right mood, in doing that service. Yes. So, here in this purport also, Prabhupada has given very beautifully how everything can be used in Lord's service. This Prabhupada has quoted this verse, everything is Lord's energy and everything is meant to be used in the Lord's service. And you give that beautiful example on how Prabhupada says that, yeah, this dictaphone or the sound system, everything is material. But then, right, we use it for the Lord's service. Like one time, right, especially in the West, the devotees were always thinking that why Prabhupada is so much of, so much talking about this Mayavadis. They were thinking that, oh, this Mayavadi means, there must be some demon, in India, and who had really tortured Prabhupada. Once we met him, we just trying to beat him left and right. They're thinking like that, and then somehow in that city, one Mayavadi had come, and he was talking about, you do this, you do that, Yatama, Tatopat, and you become God, and he was distributing, and the devotees also brought a pamphlet. And then they were saying to Prabhupada, oh, so you brought so much nice pamphlet, oh, you now distribute prasad in that pamphlet. That's also. Right. So Prabhupada really kind of once, he said that then the devotees understood that Mayavad is not in India, but it's all pervasive. Mayavad means once again, somebody wants to be the enjoyer, somebody wants to be the proprietor, somebody wants to be the controller, somebody wants to compete with Krishna. That is Mayavad. And Prabhupada is really talking about that. So, this why Prabhupada here is very specific that he is talking about only Krishna Artha Akila Chesta. Enthusiasm is not defining that, oh, enthusiasm in working 70 hours a week in office. Because, right, in a company, you work in this company? Networking company. Let's say like Cisco, right? Like, they say Cisco Limited, or they say, I don't know, Infosys Limited, right? Right. So in that company also, the name of the company is also limited. and we want to get unlimited happiness. Is it possible that company can give us the unlimited happiness? We should understand, no? It can give you limited money. And it can, engage also your limited energy. Everything is limited there. Only Krishna, he is unlimited. He is infinite. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. Only once we come to Krishna, only that endeavor with intelligence to be executed for the pleasure of Krishna, that is enthusiasm. Only once you get attached to Krishna, or only when somebody, we dovetail that for Krishna, then we really become happy. You know, Otherwise, any kind of sense gratification that we do, wherever we are, whatever we do, right, it will not. So that's why Rupa says another synonym of sense gratification is suffering. Synonym of sense gratification is suffering. Yes. So yes, and the devotees they know, how to use everything for Krishna's pleasure. One time, just small devotees, they were just discussing how, of course not now, like it was long back. Some devotees like there are a lot of ads were there, right? Advertisements. And they said, oh, they are all talking about Krishna. If some ad say he had right choice, what is the right choice? It's Krishna consciousness. Right? Or if somebody says, जीवन के साथ भी जीवन के बाद भी, what is this? Krishna consciousness. Yoga Seva Mahadev. Or say, Dil Mange More. Dil Mange More means association. Dil Mange More means prasadam. Yeah, so, like, a devotee knows, enthusiastically we can really, right? Enthusiastically with our proper intelligence, we can use everything for Krishna service. Yeah, right? And and now, especially in Madhuri Kadambini, Vishwanath Chakravarti, he talks about that what are the kind of the obstacles or the symptoms when we are not so enthusiastic, or what is not enthusiasm. So he talks about Nisita Bhakti and Anisita Bhakti, and he talks about that something first start with Utsahamai. What is that Utsahamai? He talks about that sometimes you get some false confidence, right? So we may be very pumped up, right? With, okay, now we heard the glories of chanting. Oh, tomorrow I'll chant 64 hours. And the day after that, okay, I chanted for the entire month now. Or maybe for the entire year. 64 ho gaya na. Right? Or like, then okay, I'll just go for food distribution. Right? Okay, I'll just go only for today, but not for the rest of their life. Oh, I'll do Nirjala today, right? But not any Ekadasi later on. Right? That's what charming. You hear some glories and then you do it and then you forget it. So that's why they are called shooting stars. Shooting star, you have seen the comments, right? They just appear for some time and just go away. But Prabhupada saying that they don't be shooting stars, but with a pole star. Who is the pole star? Dhruva. Right? Yes. So how pole star is there eternally, giving the direction to so many millions of people. Right? Earlier, people when they were getting lost, they were seeing what is the position of the pole star, and based on that, they would really navigate. So yes, a devotee should mold their life in such a way that they should be pole star, not the shooting stars. It's not that we do this, whatever the devotional service, for a day. Janmashtami means okay, one day fasting, or Janmashtami is one day service, or there are Janmashtami devotees, they come only on the day of Janmashtami. So every Janmashtami they will be there. Right. So, but sustained endeavor has to be performed consistently. And then there's the second one apart from Utsaha, which is Ghanatarana. Ghanatarana means what? The sporadic endeavor. So sometimes we are diligent and sometimes you are negligent. Sometimes we are doing our devotional service, very intelligently, very consciously, and other times just in a chalta hai attitude. Chalta hai. But then we should remember that bhakti में नहीं चलता है. चलता है भक्ति में नहीं चलता है. घना another. Means sometimes we want to do it. Sometimes you don't feel, oh आज mood नहीं है chanting करने का, oh आज mood नहीं है ना Sunday feast जाने का, नहीं जाएंगे. घना तरला. Sometimes it's very condensed, sometimes very diluted, very liquidated. Sometimes you are diligent, sometimes you are negligent. So that is very sporadic endeavor. This is the qualities of a neophyte devotee. Another one, he talks about a Vyudha Vikalpa. Vyudha Vikalpa means indecision. Sometimes thinking that, oh, Prabhuji, yes, of course, bas ho gaya. Now it's too much now. Now let me renounce everything. Now let me leave my job. Now, what is this all family, right? Let the family take care of themselves. I'll just focus only on my sadhana, only on my seva. And other times you kind of go to the other extreme of the pendulum, right? That yes, yes, not only we have to, take care, right, of the devotional service. At the same time, we have to be practical. They say, right? We have to be practical, right? And then, in the name of practicality, we dilute, we contaminate, we pollute. Right? You see what happens? Different stages in our devotional service. As we come into Krishna consciousness, we are kind of in an ideal state. There's so much of enthusiasm, right? We kind of see all the devotees, they are like the devatas, and like only 4 hands are missing. But we kind of respect them so much, and we respect them so much. Right? And then we kind of have so much of Shraddha in our chanting, so much Shraddha in Bhagavad Gita and books and so on. Right? It's at least once in the beginning days of our Krishna consciousness. But then, after that idealism state, comes the realism. Right? Then here's the reality. Oh, the way we are thinking that, this chanting and this association, I see that this Prabhuji also still has so many problems. Still he comes always late to the class. You see that, how much prasadam he takes. The list goes on. Right? I was thinking that he's a really, Devata, but he's not a Devata, he's now not Nara, even he's a Pasu now, right? Like you see how he's eating. Right? And then we start kind of, we start decommitting ourselves. Okay, like, though I taken 6 of 8 rounds, but it's okay. Today, I had so much of seva, I had to, I have to do office work. It's okay. Today I'll just do 2 rounds only. Tomorrow I'll, cover up. And then it kind of, keeps on increasing, Ananda Buddhi Vardhana, the number of rounds. Right? Okay, I did my seva. It's okay. But ho gaya na, then must be bahut seva ho gaya. It's okay. Right? I start, decommitting myself. But then a devotee means doesn't he have to, go from idealism to realism, but then he goes to that, phase of optimism, right? Where he really continues to recommit himself. He continues to recharge himself or herself, right? To increase the sadhana, right? To intensify the sadhana, to get inspired from other sadhana. And that's what I say, my Shiksha Guru always used to say that, the sign of neophyteness means, moving to the extremes, right? Sometimes focus, sometimes tyaga, sometimes, chant 64 rounds, sometimes no rounds, right? Going always in the extremes. But then the maturity in devotional service means, you are steady, you are balanced. Okay, and there's a discipline. Every day morning, yes, I do my rounds in this time. Whether it's a rain or shine, whether it's a summer or winter, doesn't matter. This is my, this is how I express my love to the Lord and spiritual master, by doing my sadhana. Okay. And then fourth one is called Vishaya Sangara. What is that? Somehow or other I'm struggling with my senses. So I start chanting, and then my dear friend, who is there? Gadget Asura. Yeah, so just like earlier when, what was that? Vishwamitra, he was performing this yajna and then he brought Ram and Lakshman, but before that so many demons they were coming to disturb. Right? Similarly, in our Sankirtan yajna also, in our Japa yajna also, yajna Japasmi, right? On it, so many demons keep on coming, so much notifications, so much of titillations for this. Whatever in the name of seva or whatever it is. But then the most important seva that our spiritual master has given to chant our rounds, that is the most important seva. That how should we ensure that nothing can really obstruct us, distract us in our chanting or whatever the seva we have been assigned to. So otherwise, yes, so you might be thinking of Brahmanda, Brahmide, Kono, Bhagyavana Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasade Bhakti Lata Bija. That we get the Bhakti Lata Bija, but then still, while chanting also, we still do Brahmanda, Brahmide. True? To the Brahma, okay, what is happening in somebody's house? What is that devotee doing? Or what is that devotee speaking? Still, we continue to do Brahmanda, Brahmide. Right? So yes, I should be really careful. And next one, he talks about Yamakshama. That yes, we are not able to sustain the vows that we have taken, either through Siksha or Diksha, or you're not able to perform the commitment that we have given to some devotees in our sevas. So that is also Niyamakshama. Last one, he talks about Taranga Rangini. Now, what is Taranga Rangini? Means, yes, Madhuri?
Pride, waves of enthusiasm.
Yes, pride, yes, we start to enjoy the byproducts that comes out of the bhakti. Yes. Yeah, this puja lava pratishta. Yes, that is Taranga Rangini. We start surfing in the waves that really comes as a byproduct of the service that we do. So, so what are the obstacles? Prabhuji talked about one is that that how we should be careful that we should not be really lazy. We should not have that culture of chalta hai mood. How we shouldn't have fear. Oh, then what will happen to me if I just do this seva? Or sometimes our enthusiasm also goes down when we take some service beyond our capacity also. Yes, because we have to, chew how much we can take. We can take how much we can chew, or we can take how much we can digest. So initially also we take too much, and then we feel that oh, it's मेरे बस की बात नहीं है, चलो छोड़ ही देते हैं. No, you have to. That's why you have the 6 levels. You have the step by step process. So it's not that the first day some comes, then we kind of say that oh, chant 16 rounds. If you're not chanting 16 rounds, means you are an animal. No, that has to be systematically. We have to encourage. We have to fan that spark, right? And we should not also fan it too much that it gets extinguished. Right? Slowly, step by step. Our enthusiasm will continue to increase, not completely extinguished. Sorry, Mataji. This are given in Madhurya Kadambini by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. He talks about his Anisita Bhakti, Anisita Bhajana Kriya.
Sometimes we may be low in our, we may feel low, but we still need to be enthusiastic to see what is our goal.
Yes,
What
yes,
we want to
yes, yes, yes. Yes, just like a mother, like Prabhupada always gives this example, right? Like, she enthusiastically cooks for the children, or a devotee enthusiastically cooks Rajbhog for the deities, because it will really please the Lord. Right? Sometimes, yes, you are, because one devotee was saying that, I think it's Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, he was saying that a real sincere devotee means it's not only on the day of Janmashtami you are enthusiastic to serve, but on the next day also. Of course, you'll have Prabhupada's puja, right? And the next day also after that as well. Right? That is a sustained enthusiasm, right? Or sustained endeavor to please Krishna. So yes, yes, we need to take care of our body. We need to take care of our social responsibilities, but we have to do it intelligently as well. Like one devotee was giving example, right? Right, somehow like spiritual master is really coming to this place, and let's say before that we need to really ensure that oh, I have to really ensure all the arrangements and everything, and I really work so hard. But when the spiritual master comes, and I go to sleep. But no, I need to also ensure that I have that much of energy also still left, so that the next day when spiritual master comes, then I really serve him and appropriately on that day as well. Right. So otherwise, right, we kind of continue to do the seva in such a way that we do it till the last breath of our life. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. And that enthusiasm comes in the association. So Prabhupada says, we should borrow the enthusiasm. We might not have the enthusiasm. We borrow the enthusiasm from the predecessor acharyas and from other devotees who have that enthusiasm. That's why it's called enthusiasm is contagious. So you stay with a devotee who is enthusiastic, you become enthusiastic. And then, and it's also up to you, what kind of an energy that you pass it to others as well. It's not that I am also just try to associate with enthusiastic devotees, but when I meet others, I really put water on their devotional service, on that spark. I also, be enthusiastic and share that energy with others.
Sometimes true.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that one is to borrow.
Yes, ma'am.
When one is feeling low, and the people, all the devotees around are also low. They want to
Yes, very good, very good, very good. We should remember our acharyas. So, like, there is one in Puri we have gone, and in Chaitanya Charitamrita also we have heard. You heard of that Odia lady, that old lady climbing, right? How much enthusiastic she was. She was completely oblivious to anything. Like sometimes we think that now we go to Puri, there's so much rush, this and that. Even in that time, 500 years old also. Right? So much rush that this old lady, she was so much eager to have darshan of Lord Jagannath. She didn't even recognize or realize that one foot she had on the shoulder of Mahaprabhu and another shoulder on Garuda, another leg. Right? So he was doing Vaishnava Aparadh and also Vishnu Aparadh. And seeing that Govinda, the assistant of Mahaprabhu, is chastised that, oh old lady, you will go to hell, come down soon. And then Mahaprabhu chastising Govinda, oh, you are an Adivasi. Don't you see her enthusiasm? I wish I could have that enthusiasm to see Lord Jagannath. Right? This is the mood of Mahaprabhu. Yes, at least we should pray. We should really pray to the Lord that how can I really have that enthusiasm? Because enthusiasm burns the anarthas. It's a very important. Enthusiasm really burns all our anarthas. But at the same time, enthusiasm is proper definition. Huh? Enthusiasm is endeavor executed with intelligence. For the pleasure of Krishna. Yes, enthusiasm burns our, like yes, this was talking about we learn from Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, right? He chanted 10 crore names, right? Around 8-10 years every day, kind of 192 rounds. He would just hold his hands other way, and he would eat like an animal, like a cow, whatever would come in one go, but completely dedicated, right, for the pleasure of the holy name. And he is the son of the magistrate, right? And he is really known for his panditya. As a Bhakti Siddhanta, he had written the Surya Siddhanta, this how the astronomical kind of he's so knowledgeable person. Right? But then at the same time, he knew that how enthusiastic I should be to take shelter of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Who might be so illiterate, but he so much realized. Right? Sometimes in our Charma Chakshus, we don't see that who is having that fire. Sometimes it is covered also. So we have to see through the Shastra Chakshu. We have to see that who is having that fire. Right? Sometimes, that's why Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, what he used to do? He used to go to a toilet and and he used to chant. So can you see that? So there's another, I would say, you talked about Bhajananandi and Goshtianandi. Right? So yes, Bhajananandi means who really is completely dedicated for the pleasure of the holy name. And Goshtianandi means he is a Bhajananandi who preaches. So it's not that either or, like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is a Bhajananandi, but through his strong devotion, right, he really inspired devotees like Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. Goshtianandi means devotees, but that's another kind of people, right, which Prahlad Maharaj talks about in 7.9.42, right, like Mohanam Charati Vijane, like the mental speculators or the silent meditators who go to Himalayas. They are different. They are different. We are not talking about them. But even the Bhajananandi, like they are also completely dedicated for the pleasure. But then yes, they speak through their yes, through their devotional service. They might hardly speak. They show their example and how much attachment we should have. But then, of course, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, they have really taught us how to be Goshtianandi. Yes, we should share whatever we have. We might not have so much. We might not be a billionaire yet. But even if you're not a millionaire, but whatever we have, just share your enthusiasm, whatever we have borrowed from others. And next one is that, what do you mean by congregation? Congregation means as a collection of the devotees, and each of the devotees. Sometimes we think that right, you see this devotee is that devotee is that devotee is that. Nobody has enthusiasm. Right? But at least let me try my best. Because if I do best, others will get inspired. It's really up to me. How can I really be the change that I want to see in others? One time, right? I don't know any of you know Krishna Chandra Prabhu. He's a Mafatlal Industries chairman. Some of you know him. Is is a kind of a big industrialist in Bombay, and during the 90s, early 90s. One time at the end of the class, he asked Radhana Swami Maharaj, and Maharaj, you speak about, so many these principles, but I see that nobody is following it. And then Maharaj said to him that, yes, somebody has to start somewhere. If we just kind of keep on talking about why others are not doing, that's why I'll not do it, then we'll not progress. At least, can I really take the lead? Can I be myself, right? Instead of changing the world, or changing the country, or changing the state, or changing the city, or changing the community, can I first change myself? And then once I change myself, then my family will get inspired, my community will get inspired. So I have to, I have to be the example that I want to see in others. Yes, whenever we feel unenthusiastic, we should read this tens of Prabhupada's biography that his disciples have brought it up. Either Prabhupada Lilamrita or Chasing the Rhinos, what is the difficulty, Transcendental Diary, so many books that Prabhupada's disciples have written. We should just open that, just read any pastime, and then will not remain same. That is the elixir that Prabhupada disciples have gifted to all of us. Not to be kept as it is, but what Prabhupada has done, his life is a role model, is an example for all of us. Okay, let's go faster. Okay, next topic, please. Any questions, comments before we move on? Because I thought that we complete 3 months. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. We're talking about Nischayat. Nischayat means endeavoring with confidence. So, previously we spoke about being enthusiastic. Yes, being enthusiastic is the starting point which is going to burn away all the anandas. What next is to endeavor. Once we are enthusiastic, then we have to endeavor, and we have to endeavor with confidence. Now, how do we do it? How do we do it? How do we apply it? We apply it with faith, faith on the scriptures, faith on our devotional service, uh, faith on our acharyas, our parampara, and our good sadhana, and service and mercy. Example is this endeavoring with confidence. The best example I could think of is Prabhupada. So when he got down from Jaladuta and when he went to US, he had only 40 rupees with him. But still he did all the endeavor with confidence. So we have to do the same. So we have to follow the footsteps of our acharyas who always were enthusiastic and then they endeavored with confidence because they got the confidence because of their acharyas, our parampara, and scriptures, knowledge from scriptures. And like analogy is like mother and child, like how mother is there, she is there for the child, so the child is endeavoring with confidence. Mummy has told me, so I am doing it. Mummy has my mother has given the preparation for the child to endeavor with confidence. Similarly, our parampara, our acharyas, the Lord, like a mother, they have given us all the necessary things to do in Krishna consciousness so that we endeavor in confidence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to add? Yes.
Yes.
So whatever devotional service we are doing, so ideally we should actually like finally what our Guru is saying if we follow, we will actually attain the final goal. That we should actually have that confidence.
Very good. Very
So as confident we know first as he explained in enthusiasm, even if we have enthusiasm, there is no confidence, there is no easy problem.
Yes, yes, very good, very good. Yes. Very good.
There's one shloka where it says, Rakshasati.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Raksati Titi Viswasa. Avasya Raksibe Krishna. Yes. To have that confidence, to have that conviction. So, yes. Nishchaya means that conviction born out of instructions given by the Shastra and the previous Acharya. So, how Nishchaya means to have the faith and the confidence and the conviction in Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And let's just, especially Bhaktivinoda Thakur, once again, he has given a very beautiful book. Like once you really talk about all the Shastras, right? What is the essence of all the Shastras? It can be summarized into three things. What is that?
Knowing Krishna.
Yes. And
Sambandha Jnana, Abhidaya.
Sambandha, Abhidaya, and Provision. Very good. Very good. What is Sambandha means? Servant means who are we, who is God, and what is our relationship. And Abhidaya means
Process.
the process to re-establish that relationship, to reawaken that relationship is the process of bhakti. And provision means the result of reawakening that relationship. So this is a beautiful verse from, it's called Amnaya Sutra. This is a very beautiful book. Sometimes you get time, you can read this. It's called Dasamula Tattva. This is the 10 principles and how our Gaudiyas should have.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has summarized it. Amnaya prahata tvam harim iha paramam sarva saktim rasathim tadbhinnam samsat jivana prakrutir kavalitam tadi muktascha bhavat Veda Veda Prakasam Sakalam Abhihare Sadhanam Suddha Bhaktim Sadhyam Tat Pritim Evedi Upadisati Harir Gaura Chandra Bhajitam. So what are the 10 principles? This is a whole our Gaudiya philosophy is summarized in these 10 principles in this beautiful verse. So what is the first one? Amnaya Prahatatvam. So it means that Amnaya, all our Vedic scriptures, they are our proof. They are the foundation. That how all our acharyas, they have endeavored to only do one thing. They have endeavored to bring faith in the scriptures. All our acharyas, right? Earlier also, right? Especially in our Vedics, in Sanatana Dharma, that everybody used to write commentaries on these Vedanta sutras. Right? Once again, to elaborate, to emphasize the understanding of the Vedas and the Vedanta Sutras. And of course, for all of us, the commentary of Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. So how we should have faith in Srimad Bhagavatam? And and if somehow or other, if somebody is really blaspheming or neglecting the scriptures, right, then we don't follow him or her. And even to that extent, that even if sometimes Lord also comes to serve some purpose, and then he comes to neglect the Vedas, we reject him also. Yes, Buddha, Dattatreya, and so on. Because Lord wants to teach us that yes, So, yes, Lord is our Father. Vedas and all the scriptures, they are the mother. Yes.
But how to reach the Lord from when Buddha?
Yes.
We know he is Lord.
Yes, but at the same time, right? That's what you want to really show us, that if somebody is really, because what has happened, right, over a period of time, right? You go to even this Buddhist countries where there is so much of prevalence of Buddhas. There's a big Buddha statue, and there will be slaughtering of the animals. And he talked about ahimsa, but still kind of they continue to eat meat because they don't have faith in the scriptures. They don't have faith, in the Vedas. This is so prevalent now. Yes, at that point of time, to do the needful that was required, right? Right. For that emergency purpose, Buddha had come and did something, but then because he really neglected, our parampara, it does not really kind of give respect. So it is really important, or like now also, what we are doing, somehow or other, we are inspiring, encouraging whoever comes, take one book. Prabhupada also says that, right? What is the use of you speaking for hours? Ask them to take a book, so that if they take that book, read that book, their life will change. And that's why Prabhupada has created these two trusts also. One is a Bhakti Vedanta trust, another is ISKCON. So that if something else happens to ISKCON, right, but still BBT will remain as it is. And if even one book is there, this whole movement can be revived again. So much of faith in the scripture. And, if we don't have the faith in the scriptures, and it's Guru Vani, right? There could be danger in other way also, right? Like somebody has so much of faith in the scripture only, but they don't have faith in the Lord and the Gurus. That also gets ruined, right? And especially in some part of the North India, we see that they have so much of veneration for the scripture, but they have forgotten about the name of Lord Hari. Though they read the name of Lord Hari, Ram, and everything in their scripture, but they don't have respect. So that's why even the so-called that sect of people, they talk and they blaspheme Hindus in other countries, in India as well. I don't want to take the names, but I think you have understood. Right? But yes, so that's why our acharyas have given this tripod: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. All these things, they need to be synergized. They need to really go together. It's not one. Right? And at the same time, how, and as a preachers also, or as a devotees also, right, as a members of this movement also, well, how we should have a strong faith in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Somebody might say that, this books written, by someone, or Prabhupada has written something what was relevant for that time, or only for those kind of people. Oh, what Prabhupada has given is only given basics. Right? But then, how we should have that strong faith in whatever Prabhupada has given, our acharyas have given. Sarva Vedanta Sarambi Sri Bhagavatam Vishwate Tadra Samrata Pratyasa Nahanyatra Rati Kvachit. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Sara, is the essence of all the Vedas. And that, we should have that confidence. Shraddha Sabde Vishwasa Kohe Sudrudha Nishchaya Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Krama Prita Hai. So here in this Dasa Amnaya, okay, this Dasamula Tattva is really a big seminar. I want to stay. We will not go in detail, but the first 8 talks about Sambandha, 9th talks about Bhakti, Abhidaya, and the 10th one talks about Prayojan, Priti. So just to summarize, and this Amnaya Praha Tattva means is a faith in the scriptures, Shraddha in the scriptures, Shastras. Harim Iha Paramam. Harim Iha Paramam means to have that faith is that Krishna is the absolute truth. Krishna is a Parameshwara. He is the controller of all control. He is the proprietor, enjoyer. He is the supreme. Sarva Saktim. Sarva Sakti means he is vested with all infinite power. Krishna is endowed with all the energies. He is, is the Saktiman, and all the Saktis are really coming from him. And is Rasadhim. Krishna is the ocean of all the rasas, all the primary 5 rasas, Santa, Sakhyam, Vatsalyam, and so on. And Tad Bhinna Samscha, and the Jivas, the souls, living entities, they are his part and parcel. So that we hear that Mam Evam Sajiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So all the living entities are the part and parcel of the Lord. The Lord is not saying only bhaktas are my part and parcel. He is saying all the living entities. How glorious our Lord is. So all the jivas are the part and parcel. And then we talked about Jivana Prakriti Kavalitam. Some jivas, because of the influence of the Maya, they are covered with that ignorance. So they have come under the Maya Sakti. Because jivas being the tatastha in the nature, sometimes they are in the water, sometimes they are in the land. So Prakritin Kavalitan. So they are really covered by the external energy, the Maya of the Maya Sakti of the Lord, and they remain in the ignorance. But still, there are some people, Tad Vimuktascha Bhavat. There are some people who are in the Tatastha. They also have the free will to surrender to the Lord, and they can get liberated. In the liberated state, the jivas, they become free from all the anarthas, all the influence of the matter. And then 8th, he talks about this beautiful concept, Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Veda Veda Prakasam Sakalam Api. That how a jiva is simultaneously equal, and how is equal? And inequality, right? Like yes, and it's also Satyananda. But then, and the Lord is like an ocean. We're talking about a drop of the ocean, or the huge fire and a spark in the fire. Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. And then it talks about 9th is the Hare Sadhanam Suddha Bhaktim. Yes, so once we understand who am I, who is the Supreme Lord, then I have to perform sadhana with Suddha Bhakti. I have to perform the Suddha Bhakti, devotional service to the Lord, to attain Sadhyam Tatpritim. Then I will develop Krishna Prema, which is the really ultimate of the spiritual existence. Okay, so yes, this Nishchaya, this confidence or the conviction on this Dasamula has to be really there within our heart, and this has to be expressed in our quality of our sadhana. So once you have confidence means we follow it, follow the sadhana, we follow it with our seva, right? And we do this endeavor, right, with being as an instrument, not as a doer.
Which one is the 10th?
10th is
That's
Tatpritim, Sadhyam Tatpritim.
That is the 9th one.
9th one is a Suddha Bhaktim, Sadhanam Suddha Bhaktim.
Okay,
That is
Sadhanam and Suddha two.
Sadhanam Suddha Bhaktim is Bhakti, that's a Abhidaya, that's the 9th. Prayojan is a 10th. Prayojan is Sadhyam Tatpritim. Sadhyam is the goal, Sadhana is the process. Sadhana is process, is a Bhakti. And Sathyam is the goal. Goal is Tatpritim, and to develop Krishna Prema. Is it clear?
It is very Dr.
Yes. So, yes, whether the Lord is offering the slap or giving the lap, in either way, I am there, just like a child, right? Whether sometimes mom slaps or offers her lap, either time, child cannot go anywhere else. So much of attached, mom is the only shelter. Right? So similarly, yes.
And the last sloka of Krishna.
Siksastakam, yes. Because that's a very elevated state. But yes, that's what is really expected. Oh Lord, whatever you are offering, whatever is really happening, it's just for my purification. Right? Right? Yes. I should have that confidence. Right? We always talk about this example of that is illiterate Brahmana and how he got blessed by Mahaprabhu. You think that, oh, विप्र को हे मूर्ख आमी शब्दार्थ न जानी शुद्धा शुद्ध गीता पढ़ी गुरु आज्ञा मानी. Oh, Mahaprabhu, I don't know, the intricacies of Bhagavad Gita or the intricacies of the Sanskrit, but I am just reading this Bhagavad Gita because Guru Agya Mani. Because my spiritual master has told, I am just reading it. My spiritual master has told to chant and to do the seva, that's what I am doing. That confidence that if I do it, Krishna Bhakti Kaile, Sarva Krama. If I do the devotional service, everything will be taken care. Right? Yes, irrespective whether we are getting the test or not, whether we are getting the result or not. So you have the confidence. Just like sometimes, from here we have to go to Mysore. If you are going from here to Mysore, so we have so many options. But then we decide that okay, I have to take this route, and that's the Nishchaya. And then enthusiastically I equip myself and I follow that path. And once I follow that path, it's not that next minute I'll be in Mysore. I have to do it with patiently, with dhairya. Right? So, like we talk about that cultivation as an example. There are different activities in that cultivation. Yes, I bring the right seed. I choose the right place. That is a nishchaya. And then I enthusiastically water it every day. That is our utsaha. And dhairya means I have to wait. I have to wait. It's not the Rajbharti Kalchakravarti, they say. Right? So yes, you have to go through the process. Yes. Yes, we have to be confident. How you can be confident? Yes. That Prabhupada always talks about this example of sparrow, the determination of a sparrow. You have heard that, all that example? Person here trying to try, yes. So on our own, it might not be possible, but then yes, this is the nishchaya that yes, I want to get my child back. I want to get my faith back. I want to bring, this love for Krishna awakened. That is a nishchaya. Yes. So we should really, focus on this sambandha avidaya prayojan, understand who I am, understand the position of Krishna, and bhakti is the only process. And I want to attain nothing else apart from Krishna prema. This is the nishchaya that we are talking about. Okay. Okay. I want to continue the third one also. Yes, Mataji.
Dhairya by patient, third one.
That means one should not get an immediate, don't want to get an immediate result. We should be very patient only, very important for Krishna consciousness. So in we will see the material people not patient or not understand the Krishna consciousness. So immediate result they want. So don't want the immediate result. So for example, Prabhupada went to Western countries. So no money, without support, only faith and patient. So continuing and wait for the patient, and then that Krishna International Krishna Conscious Society, they gave to our all devotees. We are doing nicely and progressing everything. So without patient, can't do anything. So how to apply in our life? Continuity is very important. That one, whatever doing the activities, continuing is very very important, and then no losing the hope. Uh, we have to, hope is very important. How to surrender, how to progressing. So everything is important. No losing the hope, and then without deviation. So chanting, worshipping deities, and daily we have to do the Krishna Prasadam. Everything is doing. So without deviation in outside anything. So without deviation, that is very important in our life. And the reference 10.34 sloka. So opulences and vibhuti of Krishna. So that is one of the lesson. And other reference 12.13 to 14. One of the quality of the devotee, be patient is there. So that is also very, very important. And whatever activities we are doing in spiritual life must be executed with patience. And without patience, one should not come in Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness was started single-handedly in the beginning. There was no response. So already told that Prabhupada. So one should take instruction from spiritual master and execute then with patience depending on sadhu and sastra. So mercy of sadhu and sastra. So for example, we are going, we are very spent with time. So we are going to office. So there are so many traffic happens. So in car, that time how to use in Krishna consciousness. So hearing some Krishna Katha in car. So that time we have to patient, we have to take it. And then book distribution also doing. First 1 hour, sometimes first 1 hour not going the books. So we have to wait patient and praying for the Krishna. After finally we have to sell the books. So that is also. So,
So when the knowledge Prabhupada has given in the Buddhist, a newly married couple. Yeah, if an expectation will be there for a married girl like I want to be a teacher. But she should not be in a rushing mood. Thus she has to develop faith. Husband should get faith on her. How he gets, she has to surrender. She has to serve him nice. Then she has to patiently wait to get with attention. And as Mataji said, Prabhupada also, initially there was no much response, but Prabhupada was very patient, and with his patience, he was able to cultivate his disciples, and this big vision of Krishna consciousness has been come. And also, you see, it is one of the quality of a devotee, and also it's the quality of a devotee who is hearing any katha. We see right in Bhagavatam first canto, so Sudhir Gopal was giving Bhagavatam, and what is the quality of a audience should be like? They should have patience in hearing. They should not be rushing to know the scriptures, not mental speculation, concoction. They should have patience in hearing, reading the scriptures. And also when a devotee falls down, he should not feel like, no, it is not working for me. No, he should have patience and he should feel like it's the mercy of the Lord. I need to be very patient, be quiet, and be very determined in the sermon.
Very good. Thank you very much. Anybody else would like to add? Any thoughts? Question. Darius has to explain about different languages. Also in Krishna consciousness. So when you come to either goes and say, Prabhu, I'm not seeing Krishna, I'm chanting 2 rounds. I'm not able to see Krishna. I'm not getting taste. My mind is so much of flickering. I think you are saying just by chanting everything will eradicate it. So again, we should have the patience here. Also, some of the examples. So Rukmini, so when she write a letter to Krishna, letter she says, "I'm ready to wait for you." I think some thousands of lakhs of years. I want to only you as my husband. Also, one more example in Mukunda in the Chaitanya. So when you want to come and associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, I don't want to meet you. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, associates actually when they come and convey the same message, he'll jump and dance ecstasy. Oh, and here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, like, I'll meet him like 1 million of years, something he mentioned. So he come, he dance like, oh, I I took millions of births, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us some year like I'm so fortunate. So these are all so expecting the things immediately. So even nowadays also expecting the things immediately. So even nowadays also the social media we want very frequent changes. Like kids are going for the short term. So in a minute we want to see some changes. So much of we don't have the tolerance, we don't have the patience. We want immediate results. Uh, yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, very good.
Right. So it is bhakti, right? So finally, ideally our goal is like to get a Krishna prema. So actually, it is a systematic process. We should actually have it's actually scientific process. We should follow certain method. So I feel like first we should develop that shraddha, and after that we should have sadhu sangha, bhajana, kriya like that. Finally, only that Krishna prema will come. So we should have the confidence that we will attain, and we should have the patience. So we should actually it is a process, and we should step by step we should go. We should maintain the patience. We should not lose our patience. So because just like the performing just 1 month or 2 months or 2 years, so I am not getting Krishna prema, so why I should do all this like that? We should not lose our patience. We should continue.
Thank you. Yes, Baba.
The same point that Guru Swami has laid down this process, the stages of mind change. So, you see.
Good. Thank you. So, you want to say something? Yes.
So when it comes to patience, I want to highlight the quality of our Lord, Lord Shri Krishna, how patient he is. He is waiting for us to return, come back home to the Godhead. So we are taking millions and millions of lives like the sand in the river bed. We are not understanding his love, but in spite of our bad habits, our idea to do sense gratification. He is giving us what we want, and he is so patiently waiting for us to understand him and come back to him. So our Lord is really very patient. So that word patient is making me remember our Lord. Thank you, Harish.
Very good. Thank you very much. All of you said very beautiful points. So, Dhairya. Dhairya comes from the word Dhira. And what do you mean by Dhira?
Sober,
So, very good.
constant in all conditions.
Constant in all conditions. Very good. What else? What is that verse? Any verse? Sthita Pragya. Dehino Yasmin verse. Dhira Sattva. Yes. So our acharyas have given two meanings of Dhira or Dhairya. One is the quality of perseverance. That yes, continue to follow. All of you give that example. Patiently continue to do the process of devotional service. And another one that you talked about is Dhira, which is non-hesitated, who is not disturbed. The Sukha, Dukkha, Mana, Pamana, Sitosna, all that, right? That is non-hesitated, or whatever the temptations that might come. How he is sober. So once you really talk about, let's say, the impatience, the opposite of patience, patient is impatience. And what are the signs of impatience? Sorry, anxiety, worry, yes. That
Currently, blood pressure. Current scenario, blood pressure.
blood pressure, yes, exactly. So much of anxiety, chinta, and the chita, they say, right? Yes. So much of chinta. So, like as Prabhuji also spoke, very beautiful examples. That yes, I came to Krishna consciousness looking for something, but still I'm not getting that. Right? And, I hear so many miraculous pastimes in Bhagavatam and in so many places of acharyas. They started doing it, and you see, oh, so many wonderful things happened. Why I'm not getting it? I should also experience a miracle. Because that's what we have heard, right? Instant messaging, instant idli, insta book, insta mercy. Yes, I prayed means Lord is bound to give mercy now. Is it not? Yes. This is the book of this is that time of insta mercy. Yes, I am doing insta idli and insta delivery. Right? Why not insta mercy?
10 minutes.
Yeah. Chant one rounds, and I should expect that Lord should be standing in front of me while asking, "Kya chahiye mere paas?" But we forget to understand that, whenever we ask that question, we should talk about what is, our qualification. Right? We think that, like Prabhupada always gives the example. Can we call the Prime Minister that if you are there, you just come stand in front of me and you do whatever I say because I have given you the vote? Right? No? What kind of a qualification do I have? So this impatience for expecting miracle in our life, or expecting the Lord's vision in our life, it's also another form of a pride. Because I'm qualified so much now that I'm expecting you, Lord, to be in front of me, to serve me now. As per I want. Because I know that everybody says you're so powerful. But do you know who is most intelligent? Me. And you should do what I think, what I want. Because don't think that you are saying buddhi buddhi matas must be. No, I am the most buddhiman person here. You should do what my intelligence is saying. Oh, yes, unfortunately, right, we have been conditioned, and because of, as you said, because of the current reality also, because we are, so much of tempted to go for this insta pleasure, right? So we also want to rush in things. So directly from kindergarten, we want to attend PhD. PhD means what? Premature Paramahamsa devotee. just because we say, I deserve this. A neophyte devotee means, he feels that I deserve more than what I have, and always asking for something more. He's never satisfied, and like especially Guru Maharaj gives this example that yes, there is a mango, right? It has to go through certain time, right, so that it gets ripened to transform a green mango to a yellow mango, juicy, succulent mango. But then you cannot take that mango, a green mango, and to make it softer, just to make it beat it enough times so it becomes softer, and you expect that, oh, it will give you sweet juice. Is it possible? No. Or you just put some artificial ripener, it may give, but it has some its own side effects. Or like one time, one person joined a company, he was there intense, right? And then he was given offer, and then once he received the offer, then he asked the manager, "Can you tell me, you know, uh, my career path?" He said, "Okay, after you joined, and then you go through this 6 months, then you will get confirmed. Once you get the confirmation, then you will be the analyst, and then after 2 years, you will be the senior analyst. Maybe after that, you will become, and in 2 years, your team lead. Then what? Okay, maybe once you perform nicely, then maybe you can be a project manager. Then what? Then you can become program manager. Then okay, well, then what? Then you can be a manager. Then what? You can be a director also. But then when can I become VP? Oh, you have not yet joined the company yet. Right? And he started kind of thinking about when I will become VP of the company. Right? It's just like, he's just entering into Krishna consciousness, just trying to understand, right? And trying to take this process, just scratching the surface. And I am talking about, oh, what kind of, the rasas, the Vrindavan Vasis they have with Krishna. It's beyond our imagination. At this point of time, we try to kind of barge in and to the personal matters of Krishna. That's why they say that, first you should, worship Jagannath, then you will understand Gopinath. First you have to understand how great Lord is, how is the Lord of the universe. Then will you understand how is the Lord of the Gopis, what kind of pastimes he really performs. So yes, we should be really careful about this attitude of impatience. And why this impatience is there? Because somehow or other, from the childhood, we are not trained to the hardships of the life. Because from the childhood, we are spoon-fed. Just like now our kids also nowadays, right? I need this.
See, approved.
I, I need this. The parents have to really fulfill the need of the child. Right? And because we are affected by the lower modes of nature, the quality and the mode of ignorance that we, though we don't deserve, though we are not qualified, we are asking for more. We are in that illusory world. Standing in the desert, we are kind of looking for that water, but you have to cross the desert to get that water. Yes, because of lack of satisfaction, because this comparison, because of this competition mentality. Oh, both of us joined Krishna conscious together. Now he's a Bhakti Vrisa leader. Oh, I am remains here as it is only. Oh, he has done so much of book distribution. I am not doing anything. I have not done anything, or I am not able to do anything. So we always want quick result. This really brings that impatience in our heart. But then we should understand the benefit of the patience. how it really helps in better decision making, how it helps both in materially and also spiritually, once we have some patience. How this virtue of the satisfaction, peace. But then, how do you really develop this patience? So, the patience, like this, can be really exercised in three ways: patience with myself, patience with our fellow beings, and patience also with the society in large. So, so once you really talk about a patience, with ourselves, we need to really understand that I'm really conditioned at this point of time, and really I'm going through the purification process, and it takes time. Or once I see others also, I should not unnecessarily also talk about others. That, oh, he's chanting now so many years, but he has so much of anarthas, this and that. But we should see that, like especially there's a nice devotee called Sarvabhaum Prabhu, you must have heard. He says that, बाबा उसकी निंदा ही क्यों कर रहे हो? वो नल के नीचे धुलाई हो रहा है ना उसका. So he is under the tap of the water. He is bathing. So it's just a matter of time, and he'll get purified. Right? There is no point in really asking for quick result. Oh, this, you become impatient, and then really expecting more from others. So we have to respond what people are, not what we want from them. So you have to respect what they are, not what you would really like them to. So one devotee was saying that this the best devotee, right? He got married, and then he was saying that, "Nene Prabhuji, like I'll create such an environment at home that this Mataji, she was not a devotee background." She said, "एक साल में मैं भक्त बना दूंगा." Like, it's not that we can make someone as a devotee. हम किसी को भक्त नहीं बना सकते हैं. So somehow we have to facilitate, right? We have to inspire so that वो भक्त बन जाएगी. Right? हम किसी को नहीं बना सकते हैं. We cannot enforce anyone, but we have to inspire. So yes, and while dealing with the people, we need to be sensitive. So if somebody is elder, we are patient with them. That's what is respect. Once we are patient with our kids, it means it's our compassion. We patient with our process, means it is faith. So yes, we have to go through it, and during that process, that's where we are growing, and never considering more advanced than we are. Because most of the times we consider ourselves that we are so advanced, and then we start looking down on others. This another qualities, because we become impatient and dealing with the small mistake of others. Even if we might be doing large mistakes, right? We are justifying with our intentions, but we see a little bit of mistake in others, we become impatient. So I'm kind of talking about these two principles, like that the perseverance and non-agitation. Because you see, right, like in a pot of muddy water, right? If something is, let's say, coin has really fallen there, can you really get that coin and quickly? No. You ask the water to settle down for some time, and then you can see the coin very beautifully after a certain point of time. So when the mind is agitated with so many of temptations, right, so much of result-oriented thought process, or end up in the mood of controlling attitude, we cannot really see Krishna, or we cannot see the Krishna's plan there. So yes, we need to be realistic, reasonable with others, and we should be strict with ourselves. Because other people are disturbed, more by our dealings than our decisions. Because the way we deal with others, it really matters a lot. Then what we really, speak to them, what words we speak to them. So yes, so remember this principle that be conscious that faithful execution will offer us liberation. Faithful execution. So over a period of time, we faithfully, patiently, we do it. What is that? That's a famous verse from Bhagavad Gita also, right? It talks about that. Against Asravadhanasya samsaya atma vinasyati. Who is Agya? Agya means who does not know Vedas, who does not know Guru Sadhu Shastra. And against Asradadhana. Asradadhana means he knows. He knows Guru Sadhu Shastra. But then he doesn't have faith in the Guru Sadhu and Shastra. He doesn't have faith. But then Samsaya Atma, who is Samsaya Atma? Even he has a faith in Guru Sadhu Shastra, but still he has a doubt on the conclusion or the message and the essence that is really coming out of this Vedas. That, what is the essence? That yes, we are part and parcel of the Lord, and bhakti is the process, and Krishna Prema is the ultimate. So if we are falling into any of these three categories, we cannot really get bhakti. Yes. That's why it is a very beautiful pastime of Raghunath Goswami. He comes again and again running to Mahaprabhu. That, oh Mahaprabhu, I want to take sannyas. I want to just be with you. The Mahaprabhu sends him back. Sthira hoya ghare jao na hoya batula krame krame paya bhava sindhu loka. Now Batula, don't we become mad? Right? That don't go from kindergarten to PhD. Just krame krame, vaya loka bhava sindhu loka. Krame krame. Right? And like even in that beautiful verse, all of you know that 9 stages of devotional service. Ado shraddha tata sadhu sangasta bhajana kriya. Right? Tata anartha nivriti syas. Tato nishtha ruchi tata atha sakti sto bhava tata prema vidyunchati. Sadhaka nam ayam premna pradurbhave bhavet krama. Right? It's not that suddenly we go from shraddha to prema. Bhavet krama. And gradually, slowly, step by step, we really go there. And that's what is Mahaprabhu's instruction. Right? That how, don't become, because during the time of Prabhupada also, there was also another GBC. You know that? What was that GBC? It's called Gopi Bhava Club. Right? Some devotee, they said, oh Prabhupada, you have written about this, the bhavas of the gopis are the highest. Yes, we are just trying to read more and more about the, the bhavas of gopis. And want to hear more about this and the pastimes of Vrindavan Leela. And Prabhupada used to say that first hear Kurukshetra Leela and then you hear Braj Leela. First hear Bhagavad Gita, then we'll kind of talk about others. So yes, first deserve, then desire. But then devotees in the Prabhupada, we have written that yes, there are so many medicines in the store. You cannot take that. Oh, this is what I like. This is what I'm saying. First, you read systematically. Bhavet krama. That's our Acharya is also saying that you have to read systematically. that yes, at the same time, we should be also grateful to the devotees who have given us so much. Right? Like one time, one devotee, I had gone to Mayapur, and this devotee met one Prabhupada's disciples there, this Mataji, Prabhupada disciples Mataji. And this devotee was glorifying her, oh Mataji, really thank you, and Prabhupada and all the Prabhupada disciples, they have given so much. Now once we come to Mayapur, we really see that it's like a spiritual world. Right? Then this Mataji said, what you are enjoying now, we have gone through decades of turmoil, and now you are enjoying the fruit. Right? So whatever we have right now, we should really feel grateful to all our acharyas, Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciples, and how much struggle they have gone through patiently to offer us this bhakti, to give us these books, to give us this association. Yes, that's why it is said that yes, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Right? Yes, you have to patiently you have to go through it. Yes, ma'am.
But you say bhakti is out of three gunas, like, but then here when you're describing patience and you're saying bitter in the beginning, like, but then like two
Yes, yes, yes. This process of sadhana, because we are in the conditioned stage while taking the medicine when we are diseased, it's little bitter, right? Like that crocin tablet or the, it's little bitter.
What's the difference between this and satoguna activity? Because satoguna activity also are bitter in the beginning.
Yes, 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 yes. So unless we are disciplined, right? Like unless we are coming to the mode of goodness, we cannot go to the mode of transcendence. So first we have to come to the zone where we can take off. Then after that we will take off. So first we have to come to the mode of goodness. Then we will come to the mode of transcendence. So first of all we have to equip ourselves to come to Sattva Guna. Then we will go to Suddha Sattva. We cannot bypass Sattva Guna and directly come to Suddha Sattva. And yes, Bhakti is Suddha Sattva. Bhakti is completely pure, completely perfect, completely powerful. At the same time, Lord Kapila talks in third canto, because bhaktas, they are not perfect yet. The sadhakas, they are not yet perfect. They perform this bhakti also in three modes. Bhaktas are also there in tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic also. Once you do bhakti, just by hook or crook, I need to really get it. As a bhakta in a tamasic. Rajasic, oh, I want to do it for puja la pratishtha, profit, address, and distinctions. Position, that is a bhakti in rajasic. And bhakti in tamasic, sattvic also. Yes, I do my sadhana, whatever happens, I just do it. But then we talked last time in the example, spiritual master is calling for you, but they don't understand the spirit behind that seva. Right? Sometimes that's why in South India a lot of brahmanas are there. Right? They are doing in some way, but once you really talk about like these higher principles, they are really focused in their sattvic level. They are not able to understand the essence, like we talked about the conclusion of the Vedas, conclusion of the Shastras. Not able to go beyond that. Right? Like, and that's why Prabhupada, when Prabhupada crossed this ocean, all these sadhus, all the panditas, they didn't know whatever he's doing. Right? But then how Prabhupada also, like he showed with the example, what kind of a struggle he went through. And that was really definitely a bitter. That's why you say, most of the times we see the tip of the iceberg. But we don't really see then how much of effort Prabhupada has gone through over the decades. Right? Yes, one Prabhupada also met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922. It's not that, just he demanded Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, I need initiation right now. He waited for initiation for 11 years. In 1933, he got initiation. Why? Right? It's not that we can really demand our spiritual master that, yes, I deserve and you give me right now. Makes sense? that how, yes, we have to go through the pain of discipline. We have to go through the pain of discipline. Unless we go through the pain of discipline, we will not be matured in the devotional service. Bhakti is not just about just being goody-goody. Yes, it's a practical action. We have to go through this pain. Of course, we are not really also talking about the Suska Vairagya, that is just unnecessarily giving pain. Like we talked that example. Whatever Prabhupada has given, you have to just follow it. Okay, I think we are running out of time. Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhuji also talked about that Rukmini example. It's a very nice verse. Yasyangri Pankajaraja Snapanam, very beautiful. Like where Rukmini wants that. Okay, I want to go through even hundreds. Jayam Asan Sataprasan, Vratakrasan Satajanma Visya. I want to give up my life hundreds of lifetimes. Because to get your love, Lord Shiva had to go through so much. And who am I just to get the dust of the lotus feet of yours? Brahma, Shiva, they are worshipping you so much. They are going through so much, right? There's so many umpteen examples are there. We talk about Ramayana. The example of Savari. Savari is there. Or that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we hear about Haridas Thakur also. What kind of confidence and the patience he had. All these people, they were beating him in the marketplaces. He was saying that, Khanda Khanda Yadi Jaya, right? Yadi Pran, Tabudo Navadane Chadi Rina. Even if people will cut me into hundreds of pieces, still each of the pieces of the body will chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Yes, this is the devotees. They really have so much of confidence in the power of the holy name. There was one devotee, Anant Pragyan Prabhu in Russia, and every day he used to go for book distribution. And once we are not talking about like temperature in Bangalore, like 15 degrees means too cold. Right? And Russia means like minus 20, minus 30 every day. He would be paying for book distribution. And somehow or other, right? Suddenly he came upon this disease, cancer. He gave out to leave the body. And then as he was leaving the body, Krishna, Prabhupada, you are here! And then he left his body. So yes. Then he said Krishna conscious works. So but yes, he had really gone through years of tapasya and pleasing Prabhupada. So, and the devotee is, while leaving his body, would never lie. Right? Then he really realized. But then he had to go through the process. Yes, we here always give this example of Prabhupada. And just quickly, we'll just talk about the Mukunda pastime. This was a very nice talk for 2 minutes. How when in our yatra also we talked about that Mahaprakash Leela, that how all the devotees they got the mercy of Mahaprabhu in their own ways, but Mukunda was not getting, and seeing Mukunda was not getting, all the devotees they were feeling so morose that because the devotee they feel happy when others everybody is happy. When Mukunda was not getting, all the devotees were feeling so morose. They were requesting Mahaprabhu, oh Mahaprabhu, please offer your mercy to Mukunda also. And but then Mahaprabhu said, oh Mukunda, he is really kind of going everywhere, So wherever he is going, he is really glorifying them, and he is really following them, and he is really meeting with this Yoga Vasishtha people, and just following them. And then sometimes he comes here, and he kind of takes a straw in the teeth, and he follows us also. At that point of time, Mukunda's heart was devastated, and then he asked Srivas, मुकुंद बोले न सुना ठाकुर श्रीवास कबू की देखी वो मुनि बोलो प्रभु पास. Oh, Srivas, can you tell me when will I get the mercy of Mahaprabhu? Can you really ask that? Like that point of time, Mukunda was really crying from the heart. Kandoye Mukunda hai ajara nayane Mukundera dukha kande bhagavata gane. With tear in his eyes, right? And he was really praying. He was asking Srivas and all the devotees, when will I have darshan of Mahaprabhu? And seeing his tears, right? All the devotees, they were really crying out. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu said to Srivas, प्रभु बोले आरयति कोटि जन्म होया तबे मोर दर्शन पाइबे निश्चय. Koti janma, after 1,000,000 lifetimes, he will get my darshan. And hearing that, Sunila Nischaya Prapti Prabhura Sri Mukhe Mukunda Sinchita Hoila Porananda Sukhe. Just hearing that, oh, that I will get darshan of Mahaprabhu. He was really so much of ecstatic. And he was saying, Paiva Boli Kore Mahanrutya Premite Bihoda Hoila Chaitanya Prutya. So, he was just, completely got mad. And he was saying, Paiva, yes, I'll get darshan of Mahaprabhu. I'll get darshan of Mahaprabhu. And Mahanande Mukunda Najaya Sai Khane Dekhi Vena Hena Bhakya Suni Asravane. Once he heard that, like Mahaprabhu will give darshan, then he was really, got him completely ecstatic. And seeing that, Mukunda Dekhiya Prabhu, seeing Mukunda's ecstasy, Mahaprabhu said, Mukunda Dekhiya Prabhu Hase Viswambara Agya Hoila Mukundera Anaha Satvara. Please call Mukunda immediately. Then Sakala Vaisnava Daki Asa Mukunda, oh Mukunda, please come. And Najane Mukundera Kichupai Ananda. But Mukunda was so mad that he was not able to hear also what others are saying. Prabhu Bole, at that point of time, the devotees, they really dragged Mukunda and brought in front of Mahaprabhu. And this is a very important statement. Prabhu Bole Utho Mukunda Amara Tilardha ke aparadha nahi ko tamara. Oh Mukunda, now all your aparadh is really now vanquished. And here Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he has given a nice commentary. We'll just read this and we'll pause. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying that the Supreme Lord is controlled by love. A devotee is able to control the Lord with love in such a way that he is always capable of even changing the Lord's will. A devotee is, once he is loving the Lord in such a way that even he can change the Lord's will. So Mahaprabhu said, oh Mukunda, my extraordinary power has been defeated by your loving service. He's saying that due to your intense eagerness for devotional service, you have surpassed the time determined by me in a moment. So though I had told that, you will get my darshan in millions of lifetimes, but your eagerness, your patience, your confidence in me has really conquered me and had defeated me. And you have really passed that millions of lifetimes in a moment. My potency has been defeated by your potency. So that's how Lord become Harina Pritya Vasyata. Lord is really conquered by the love of his devotees. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, I got a little late, but I just wanted to also complete this thing. Thank you very much for your presence. Really, I really should appreciate your presence for